The phrase takedown has been bandied about a lot at the Madlanga Commission for weeks now. But perhaps the ultimate takedown is what happened to Brown Mogotsi at the hands of Chief Evidence Leader Matthew Chaskalson. This followed explosive allegations by Mogotsi that include accusing Zulu King Misuzulu and KZN Provincial Commissioner Lieutenant General Madlanga Commission of being CIA spies. He also alleged that the criminal accused, Ket Matlala, had told him that he paid bribes to National Police Commissioner Fani Masemula, former Minister Bekicele, and Mkhwanazi. Mogotsi also claimed to be a police informant and a crime intelligence contact agent. He also confirmed that he had lied under oath and had entrapped a police officer into giving false evidence. However, Chaskalson and the commissioners have methodically exposed many of his claims as mere lies. Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Musia. Let's get right into this. During his testimony, Mogotsi introduced the concept of misdirection. He accused General Madlanga Commission of misdirection when he held a media briefing in July at which he made allegations of political interference in the work of the police to protect criminal cartels and drug syndicates. This, Mogotsi intimated, was to shield Mkhwanazi's associates, including crime intelligence boss Dumisani Khumalo, who were involved in criminal activities themselves. Mogotsi, who introduced himself as a police informant and crime intelligence agent, would then go on to make serious allegations against several senior police officials, including a former minister.
The meeting was very, very important because, commissioners, it is Madlala who told me that these people are very ungrateful. He further spoke about General Bekicele and General Masemula, saying that, these people expect me, like Masemula, he expects 25 million rand from me, and I have already given him 5 million rand. He also spoke about Bekicele, that he has given him 2 million rand, and he wanted 10 million, which means the 8 million rand was outstanding. One of the important things he said was that Gen Masemula and Cele, they are having a plan, a comeback strategy for General Bekicele to come back, and they really, really want to get rid of General Sebeya.
Now, this is a very serious allegation. Where similar allegations have been made in the commission before, those making them have provided proof, including recordings of Matlala or other people saying such. In this case, Mogotsi offered no such evidence. Another such allegation was that Mkhwanazi and Zulu King Misuzulu are CIA spies.
It was the time in 2023 up to 2024 that when South African government initiated an action against the government of Israel in the International Court of Justice. Now, that's when we got information that the area in Richards Bay, which is controlled by this Israeli interest, there was a worry from those interests that South Africa may hold that particular business, the trade.
What area in Richards Bay, Mr. Mogotsi?
There is a mine in Richards Bay. But then the information as it came was that there was a suspicion then, a real suspicion, that the Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi was recruited by the Central Intelligence Agency, the American one. And he actively worked for them.
In your statement, I will read exactly what you say when you introduce this subject of recruitment. You say, I obtained information from one of my sources that King Mrs. Zulu and Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi were recruited by and actively worked for and with the American Central Intelligence Agency, in brackets CIA. Relayed to us by you, this information is hearsay. And relayed to you by your source, it is hearsay. So it is hearsay upon hearsay or double hearsay. Do you agree?
I do not agree, commissioners. In this world, the intelligence world, when there is a suspicion, you may presume, you can say yes, it's a hearsay, how a general person will think. But a contact agent, an underground operative, will have to investigate. Even if you can.
No, please continue.
Okay. The hearsay part, it becomes something of a general knowledge. One must investigate because it's a suspicion. Now, if a source says to you, King Mrs. Zulu and Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi were recruited by the CIA, you start paying attention to everything they do.
May I please, it's a simple question.
Okay.
I don't even understand why you would dispute what I'm suggesting to you. In my language, which is the isiXhosa, hearsay is undiva.
Okay.
I've asked my co-commissioners what it is in Setswana, and they tell me that it's mabaribari.
It's true, it's true.
You know that?
Yes, I know that.
So all I'm asking you
That's
is
correct.
whether you accept hore.
It is yes.
Mabaribari.
Yes, it was Mabaribari when it was first presented.
Yes, I'm
That's
not
correct.
asking about what you would then
thank you.
establish
Thank you,
afterwards.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Ke batla ho tseba hore ke mabaribari na. Fair. Ne?
Thank you, thank you.
Ke bona?
Ke yona.
Mogotsi's explanation for this accusation is that the two had studied in the United States. This is not just preposterous. It is malicious disinformation and character assassination. He has no intention of providing proof, but as is the case with all black propaganda, it was intended to plant a seed in the minds of those listening, not necessarily the commission, but the larger public who, in the main, are very supportive of someone like General Mkhwanazi. It fell to evidence leader advocate Matthew Chaskalson to dismantle Mogotsi's lies.
We've seen plenty of evidence in the chats of Mr. Matlala paying SAPS members to assist him.
That's correct.
We've seen plenty of evidence of Mr. Matlala communicating directly with SAPS generals and brigadiers in improper circumstances.
That's correct.
Now, if Mr. Matlala was paying massive bribes to General Masemola or General Mkhwanazi, I'd expect to see some sign of this relationship with these generals in his chats. I see signs of relationships with a whole lot of other generals in his chats.
Okay, commissioners, there is something that is missing here that need to be understood. There is a machine called Cellbrite. This Cellbrite machine is owned by different and private companies. It is the only machine like this, these messages and all these things that are presented before the commission. This machine is the only machine that is able to selectively download. When you talk of a particular business interest in the size of that business, it's not what you see on the internet. It's not what you see.
Well, what I do want to put to you is that the suggestion that General Mkhwanazi and Prince Makadi are CIA operatives working to protect Israeli interests in Richard Bay coal.
Is it not King Mrs. Zulu?
King Mrs. Zulu, I beg your pardon. Is one false, and is two a misdirection tactic. It's designed to take attention away from the allegations that General Mkhwanazi is making.
It was at this stage that Commissioner Sesibaloyi also intervened.
You told us yesterday, and you're repeating now, that Mr. Matlala told you that he gave General Mkhwanazi a bag. I think that's what you said, in Durban. You remember that?
Yes, something, yeah.
Something like that. You remember that? Now, you haven't investigated that. You haven't put to us evidence of the truthfulness, one, of your conversation with Mr. Matlala that you allege, and two, that what he told you is in fact true. We don't have facts. We are a fact-finding body as a commission. You've made that allegation. How do you figure that helps the commission in executing its mandate?
All I'm saying is I came here to give my side of the story. Now, for one to say I'm misdirecting or this is a misdirection, when I say this is what I know. If Kat was lying to me, he lied to me. But this is what I know. He told me. That's correct.
I'm not discussing misdirection. In fact, I come from a position of concern that you are making statements, even in this short exercise of cross-examination, none of which is backed up by any investigation on your part that you can produce the facts to us and say, here's proof. We know that you are close to Kat. You've told us you were with him. You don't have an affidavit from him that confirms that conversation and that he told you, that you spoke to him and he told you what you say. We have only your say-so. And I'm concerned that we may well be grossly irresponsible and reckless as a commission, that we've given you a platform where you're making all these statements and you present them as facts and you keep saying, I'm here to help the commission, when in fact they're not backed up by any facts or even basic investigation on your part. For me, as a commissioner, that's a matter of concern. Do you accept that you're making statements that you have, for whatever reason, you're not backing them up with facts, even just this little bit about payments to Mkhwanazi and to Masim, to General Cele? It's not backed up by facts. You accept that?
I accept that, Commissioner.
Mogotsi also admitted to lying under oath to try and get a police officer to gain promotion in exchange for providing false evidence against senior police officers. Here's an exchange with Chaskalson.
I stand by my submission that you're lying in relation to what happened then. You lied under oath then. But I want to put a broader proposition to you, which is your role as an agent essentially makes you a professional liar. You lie as your job. What's your answer to that?
That's not correct, Your Worship. That's not correct, Commissioners. Even when I spoke about the legend building and stuff, there's rules. You cannot just stand up and lie. This was a pure community project, and I did not lie. That's why they say they came aware of the timber. There was no way the lawyer could say in the affidavit, we had a whistleblower and therefore the appointment date came late. That's how the lawyer would put his thing to court. So I will not just lie and I did not lie under oath. It was based on the circumstances that the appointment letter was not present, was not available at the time.
Are you suggesting that you didn't lie to Mr. Madlanga?
That was now is a different case.
But I go back to what I put to you earlier, that your job as an agent requires you to lie for a profession, as a profession.
I may not have a comprehension about lying as a profession. As an agent, you cannot. There are rules. You cannot just lie if you are not in any mission.
This is the affidavit that you gave to Colonel Schneller in support of the 252A application.
That's correct.
And it's an affidavit. If we go down to page 46, you'll see you signed it in front of a commission of oaths.
That's correct.
Can we see what you say in paragraph 1 of that affidavit?
I can see 100% what is
Do you want to read it?
That I'm an adult male employed in government with the Office of Minister of Police.
Sorry, I just didn't get the...
That I'm an adult male employed in government within the Office of the Minister of Police.
Is that true?
It's not true.
You must remember that before he could give evidence, Mogotsi saw an oath to tell the truth. This admission to lying under oath irked the commission chairperson, Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga.
Do you consider an oath to be binding on your conscience?
I consider it, Commissioner.
But in the affidavit I've referred to, you told a lie and you took an oath well knowing that part of the content of that affidavit was a lie, correct?
Correct, but I was on duty in executing my duties, Commissioner.
But it's correct that as you took the oath, you knew, even as you took the oath, that you were lying in that affidavit, correct?
Correct, to achieve the objective of the mission, Commissioner.
But it's correct that you took the oath knowing that you are lying.
It's true, Commissioner. That's correct.
I will ask you, do you consider an oath to be binding on your conscience?
I consider it, Commissioner.
Can you explain, though? Can you explain what you mean by that? There's the oath you took in respect of CJC 44, and as you took the oath, you knew you were lying. When you took that particular oath, did you consider it to be binding on your conscience, that earlier oath, not the one you took before us? Did you consider that to be binding
the one on
your
the affidavit?
Sorry, CJC 44, at page 43.
That's correct. Commissioner, will I be allowed to say something, please?
Can you just answer the question?
Yes.
Did you consider that oath to be binding on your conscience?
For the purpose of the mission I was undertaking, Commissioner, it was the only way to execute that mission.
And can you now answer the question directly? Okay, thank you, I hear you. Can you answer the question directly? Did you consider that oath to be binding on your conscience? Yes or no? You've given an explanation. Now I want a direct answer to my question.
You know, Commissioner, the questions you are putting, it's somehow putting me in a position to, it looks that now the questions are suppressing me.
Mogotsi has a lot to protect. Hence, he is prepared to do anything to distract the commission, even if it means perjuring himself in the process. The commission has produced enough evidence of his interference in the work of the police, including his calls for the Minister of Police to institute disciplinary action against General Mkhwanazi and the crime intelligence boss, General Dumisani Khumalo. It also shows him facilitating communication between Minister Mchunu and Ket Matala. What is more, evidence before the commission shows that Mogotsi and Mchunu are more than just comrades. The exchanges between the two are of two people in tandem with each other, talking about topics like the money guy, or one asking if the arrests have been effected and so forth. Why is the minister having these conversations with someone who is just a comrade from the Northwest? He's not a policeman. Mogotsi's evidence has been suspended for now, and he will appear again at a later date. But judging by his performance over the last 3 days, he has a lot to worry about.
I thought I'm coming back again on Tuesday.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mogotsi.
My apologies.
Mr. Mogotsi thought that he was expected back on Tuesday, but it's been clarified that he's...
Oh, your legal representatives will clarify it to you, Mr. Mogotsi. Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think? Give us your views in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. That's it from me, Joseph Musia. See you in the next episode.